Hi everybody, I'm Alan. I'm Head of Humanities at Thomas Rotherham College. I teach politics and history and run a range of subjects in the faculty. We do sociology, we do criminology, we do politics, we do history, and we've got two different types of history, both a modern history version and an early modern version. We do philosophy, we do RS, and we also run a level 2 course in history as well. So just to talk about some of our subjects in a little bit more detail. So I'm going to start off with the A-levels. We teach A-level history and we do two different versions. So we do a modern version where you look at Tsarist and communist Russia. So that's going from 1851 through to 1964. So that's the Tsarist regime, it's the Russian Revolution, it's then Lenin and Stalin and communism. And then the other unit that goes with that is modern Britain, and this really is very modern history and gives you a really good grounding in terms of how the world is as it is today in modern Britain. So we go from 1951 through to 2007, and then alongside that you do some coursework, and we have to have covered over 200 years in the course, so we go back and do something earlier, and we look at rebellions back in the 15th and 16th century. Our other course is an early modern course, and that starts off with a breadth unit on the Tudors, and we go all the way through from the Battle of Bosworth and Henry VII gaining power through Henry VIII, onto Henry VIII's children, Edward, Mary and Elizabeth, and their reigns. The second unit we do attached with that one is an American unit looking at the American Civil War. And essentially in the first year we look at why the war happens, and then we move on to the war itself and its consequences, a period known as Reconstruction. And again, in terms of understanding modern day America and all the issues to do with race in America, then this is a really significant bit of history and a really interesting course. And then the coursework that goes with that is on anti-Semitism in Germany. And we look at a 100-year period and it's why anti-Semitism developed and whether the Nazi period is an anomaly or not. Another one of our A-levels is sociology, which is a really interesting study of society. And you look at a whole range of really interesting topics. So you look at education and the impact education has, you look at family, you look at research methods, and these give you a huge kind of understanding of what is going on around you. And if you're interested in people, and how people work and how people interact, then this is a really interesting topic. Further issues we look at in second year in sociology is we look at crime and deviance. So you're looking at why crime happens and different theories on crime. You're looking at why people break rules. And then we also look at the media and how people on different groups in society are presented. And sociology fits really well with a whole range of other subjects that we do within the faculty and also subjects outside of that. So if you've got an interest in the world around you, if you're interested in working with people and finding out about people, sociology is a great option. Another one of our A-level subjects is politics, which is another one that I teach. And we look at a whole range of both British and American politics in this. So we look at politics in general in the UK, so we look at things like electoral systems and political parties and pressure groups, and the whole idea of democracy and how democracy works, and generally come up with some good ideas on how we could improve it. We look at the government systems in the UK, so we look at how Parliament works, how the Cabinet works, the role of the Prime Minister and what they should and shouldn't do. And we talk about the Constitution as it kind of exists in the UK and how that puts constraints on it. We also do ideology, and this is my favourite bit of the course, where we look at liberalism, socialism and conservatism, and then also in our second year we look at nationalism. And we look at what these different ideologies tell us about thoughts on human nature. We look at what they tell us about society, about the economy and the kind of state that we should have. And we compare different key thinkers and different types of that ideology, looking at the arguments. And this is a really good way of building an understanding of how politics is thought about and also finding out where you stand personally on political ideas. The other major part of our second year is looking at US politics. And obviously this is fascinating, particularly with events at the moment, with the election going on, and some really rather lively characters that we see in American politics, such as Donald Trump. So we look at the American system and we compare it to the UK ones, and we look at how it's different, how in some ways it could be arguably better, and then we also look at its weaknesses. Another one of our A-levels we offer is A-level philosophy, and if you're into thinking about the big issues in the world, not just in a practical sense, but more in a theoretical sense about why we're here, is this really happening? How do I know what I perceive around me is real? Then this is really the subject for you. So you look at epistemology, which is theory of knowledge. So how do we know what we know? What are the different theories about knowledge and what knowledge is? We look at ethics. So what is ethical? What is moral? Are there things that are always absolutely immoral and things that are always absolutely moral? Or is there lots of grey areas? And there's different theories on this, and you'll explore some of those. We look at philosophy of religion, so questions about the existence of God and why people believe and the impact that religion has on thought, and different theories on how that works. And then you also look at philosophy of mind, which is essentially about how the brain works and what it is to be a person, what it is to have a mind, and you'll look at, again, lots of different theories on that. So it's a very theoretical subject, it's a really interesting subject. And if you like pondering the great questions in life, then it's a great topic to study. So the final one of our A-levels is RS. So one of the units looks at the New Testament, so this is a study of a key part of Christianity, and you look at what is written in the Gospels and you debate and evaluate that. You look at the history behind it and where these come from. And then we've got another unit where you look at Islam and you get an understanding of the fundamentals of Islam and what the religion teaches, and then the different beliefs and the history of Islam as well. And then also you look at religious ethics. So it's related to philosophy, and you're looking at these pictures of morality, but you're looking at it in a religious context. And this is a subject which gives you, again, like all humanities, a real understanding of the world around you, about different faiths and the impact that those faiths have on the people who follow them, and a proper understanding of where those faiths come from. Our most popular course in humanities is our applied diploma in criminology. Now, the criminology course is an applied diploma, and this is different to an A-level, but it's graded in the same way from A star to E, and it is equivalent of an A-level. One of the big differences with it is the way that you are assessed. So you do two controlled assessments, one in the first year and one in the second year, and then you do exams at the end of both the first and second year. So whilst with the A-levels, all your examination is at the end, in criminology, it runs all the way through. Now this does make some things even more important, so you need to make sure you're on top of your work all the way through. It also means you need to avoid things like term time holidays, because not all the assessment is done in the exam periods at the end of the year. So you look at some really interesting things. So you're going to produce a media campaign to highlight an issue with crime, a problem with crime, and to call on the public to help deal with that and prevent it. You also do some theoretical stuff. You look at theories of crime. So why does crime happen? Why do people commit crime? Are criminals born, or are they made? Or is it because of the society that we live in that we see more crime? You also do a unit which goes all the way through from crime scene all the way through to punishment at the end. And so you get a real understanding of how the criminal justice system works. And we've also got a module that looks at crime and punishment. So, and this asks some of the big questions about what punishment should be used, what punishment is appropriate, and what should be done in terms of rehabilitation. So it's a really interesting course. You've got a whole range of different things that you will be doing. The first year of the course you will be based in a computer room, so it also develops your computer skills, and it works really, really well with a whole range of our other humanities A-levels. So it's one of those subjects where you get a lot of crossover with our other units. You're studying in a slightly different way and being assessed in a slightly different way. So another part of our offer in the humanities faculty is GCSE history. So if you've not quite got the GCSEs that you need to get onto A-level, you need to bump up the results that you've got, it's a really good way of building your skills and getting you yourself ready for level 3 programs such as A-levels. So in the humanities faculty, we are generally looking to prepare students to go on for further study. So the majority of our students, but not all of them, go on to a university, often studying related courses. Now, one of the big questions for us is, well, what kind of careers do humanities lead to? And they lead to a whole range of different jobs. So if you do history, it doesn't mean you are just going to end up as a history teacher. There's nothing wrong with that. And although somebody might say to you, don't study history, there's no future in it, again, we'll say that absolutely there is. With all the humanities, there's a whole range of different work you could go into. So, for example, people with humanities jobs go into the civil service, they go into business and management. In fact, 70% of CEOs of the top FTSE 100 companies have got a humanities degree. They go into local government. They go into law and order, so that might be working in the probation service or in the police service or related jobs to that, or it could be working as a solicitor or barrister. People with humanities degrees go into human resources, they go into academia, they go into politics, they go into media and journalism careers, and so there's a whole range of things they can do, the charity sector. So it's a really broad education when you do humanities, and it opens up a whole range of careers. So any job that involves working with people and understanding people, then the humanities courses that we offer here will be of great help to get into those jobs. So in humanities, we give you some really good transferable skills. So you learn and develop these skills that will be not only helpful in degrees, but will be helpful in life in general and in work. So you learn how to do research, you learn how to evaluate material, you learn how to critically assess text, complicated text, long bits of text. You learn how to build an argument and write an essay, you learn how to debate and discuss, you learn essay writing, you learn note making, you learn how to be able to summarise and précis key bits of information. You are able to, or develop the ability to think critically, to apply theories to situations. So there are a whole range of skills that loads of employers will be looking at, that universities will be looking for, and then often some of the research projects that we do, that you will have developed the skills and you will be ready to write those university essays before you even get there. You'll be able to argue or present in a job interview that you have the skills of evaluation, of holding and retaining information, about analysing things, about trying to work out what is real and what is not reliable. So all those skills that an employer would want, you'll be able to demonstrate you have, and we will help you develop those through the humanities courses. We find a lot of our humanities students are really successful when they combine several of our different humanities courses together. So some of these are seemingly very obvious. So for example, Criminology and Sociology work really well together, and there is some overlap and some complementing of each other between those. So it's worth, if you're looking at one of our courses, then it's worth thinking about how you might combine them with another one of our courses and how that might complement and build your understanding and make it even deeper. I hope you found this helpful and interesting, and we would really welcome to seeing you and you becoming part of our student group here at TRC. It'd be really exciting. It's always really exciting to get more students in, to discuss the events of the world, to discuss what's happening in society. So there's lots of really exciting stuff. Our classes tend to be quite vibrant places. We've got a really friendly, welcoming group of staff, and we would all love to see you here at TRC.